Greetings from the Ricafort team. Hope you guys are all well. We've got a special guest today. We've got Brad Loudon, our lender, to touch base again and give us a little bit of insight on everything recent on the lending side. But to start off, Brad, the last time our audience saw you, you were with Caliber Home Loans, but now you're with Bay Equity. So to start off, I want you to introduce yourself and just give the audience a little bit of insight into who Bay Equity is.
Absolutely, yeah. Great to see you, Francis. Always a pleasure, my friend. So I've just trekked over to Bay Equity Home Loans. First of all, I've been in the business for 19 years, but I've been with different companies, and Bay Equity seemed to offer some phenomenal technology that I think our clients are going to come to love, expedite the process, and branch manager now, so I have a little more control of the loan process and file flow. Again, that gives us, we can close quicker, and again, more availability on rate pricing and things of that nature to help our clients as best we possibly can. So my sister and I are going to open up a branch here probably in January, February. And between the two of us, we've got about 45 years of experience in lending. So when a client comes to us, we can solve almost any lending crisis or problem that we may run into, buddy.
That's great. Congrats on that, Brad. And how can any particular clients complain? Branch manager, better rates, better technology. So it sounds like it's a good outfit for you.
Yeah, absolutely. Very excited, especially to be working back with my sister. It's been a few months now, and we've been going hand in hand for, but I've been in the business 19 years. I started with her. She trained me.
Great.
Good to be back. Yeah.
Great. Well, a couple things to touch on today. First thing that I want to always open up with and give the audience a little bit of insight on is, what are your general thoughts of the current market? From your perspective, what are you seeing?
Well, as we know, inventory right now is super tight. Matter of fact, the inventory is the lowest level that it's been since 2004. So 16 years, we still have low inventory. Although, you're busy, I'm busy. There is activity, but it's still low in a comparison, and it hasn't been this low as far as inventory is concerned since 2004, prior to the 2008 bust. You couple that with the equity position that we have. This country, we've never seen this percentage of equity that homeowners currently have. It's phenomenal right now, and that's why a lot of people, there's move-up buyers, they're taking out equity lines. We're doing a lot of home projects using the equity in our homes. So that's a great opportunity. And then the move-up buyers, there's a lot of move-up buyers taking advantage of that equity position and just transferring that equity into a new home, whether it be with the pool or the extra bedroom or downsizing for that matter. And, pocketing that cash to buy a second home or a retirement home. So a phenomenal opportunity, but obviously those buyers got to be a little patient for that perfect home in this low inventory environment.
Got it. With that being said, Brad, I'm always curious to find out, you mentioned a couple of things, but on the lending side, what are some very particular trends that you're seeing or that you're noticing?
For right now, obviously, with the low market, we're seeing multiple offers, right? So multiple offers in almost every city that that we work in anyways. So it's really critical that we have to position our buyers, and us as the professionals, we have to put our buyers best foot forward, removing the contingencies, doing a fairly quick close of escrow. A lot of lenders are backed up right now with refinances, and the bigger banks are taking 45, 60 days, sometimes at least 45 on purchases and 60 plus on refinances. So our turnaround times are 24 to 48 hours, whether it's a purchase or a refinance. So big advantage there. I think another thing too is removing those contingencies. You've got to have a solid client, and that takes a mortgage professional really to look at the details and not just say, hey, you're pre-qualified, you're pre-approved, and certify that.
Yeah. I think, to your point, I'm definitely noticing those same trends. And, when we're using a lender like you, it's always advantageous for the buyer when we're able to do things like, close much quicker or remove loan contingencies. So with those trends, it's always important to have a lender that can help strengthen your position when you're writing an offer. So I'm glad that you pointed those two out. Next thought I wanted to ask you about is interest rates. Where are interest rates now? Where are interest rates trending? It's an election year. Where are rates going to be in 2021?
Yeah, that's the big question, right? Well, right now, obviously the trend the last 4 or 5 months, interest rates have been pretty low and they've been steady. They haven't bounced around a whole lot, been really low. I mean, you can still get a mortgage in the 3% range for a 30-year no-point loan. You can go down to 2.5 or so for a 15-year. And these are no-point loans, of course. You can buy down the interest rate. So it's a phenomenal opportunity, one, to purchase, or two, to refinance. And there's some people that might be on the fence about refinancing, but why wait and hope that rates are gonna drop even further? Take advantage of it, because if you wait 6 or 12 months, you've lost all that savings that you could have gained by doing it now. And then you point out, coming to an election, when Trump got into office, interest rates jumped 0.5% overnight. And that basically kind of stopped lending for at least a day or two until the market kind of softened. So it's going to be very interesting to see what happens here post-election.
Got it. Well, with that, one of the things I always try to understand, the last time we did a video with you, this is around when COVID had just hit, and underwriting guidelines were, a lot tighter. So if you could share with the audience how underwriting guidelines have evolved, if they've changed, if they've gotten more looser, tighter, how's everything on that front?
Yeah, great question, actually. As far as the jumbo loans really are the ones that have seen more of the COVID overlays right now. So additional guidelines on top of the regular guidelines for a lot of the self-employed folks, straight W-2 or salaried folks. Not a lot of changes there. Everything's kind of as it was prior to COVID. But again, those are just the self-employed and the jumbo loans in general have a little more guidelines that we've got to deal with. But again, another reason to work with a professional, of course. But I mean, other than that, it's pretty straightforward, but it kind of comes down to, like I said, pre-qualifying buyers and pre-approving them as opposed to just pre-qualifying them. Make sure they're solid. They can write an offer with confidence that they are fully underwritten, or they've been, their entire credit package, including income documents, et cetera, have been analyzed, and they can truly qualify for that home that they're making an offer on.
That's great advice, great tips, especially now when lending and underwriting guidelines are stringent. So thanks for sharing that. But Brad, as always, it's always a pleasure to get your general thoughts on the market, specific thoughts on the market, changes, so on and so forth. Now that you're with Bay Equity, can you tell our audience how they can get in touch with you, reach you, contact you, so on and so forth?
Absolutely, yeah, thanks. I can be reached by my cell phone, as always, best at 510-593-8078. You're welcome to text me as well, or you can visit my website, which is just bayequityhomeloans.com. And in the top right, you search Brad. I'm the only Brad in the state of California for Bay Equity, so easy to find me, and you can reach me that way as well.
Well, great. I'll have your contact info in the description box for this video as well, so you guys will be able to contact Brad there, or find Brad there as well. And as always, Brad, this is always super helpful for our audience, so I appreciate your time, and definitely look forward to another update with you in the near future.
Yeah, always a pleasure. Look forward to helping another family together as well, buddy. Have a good evening.
All right, Brad, thanks a lot.
Thanks. Bye now.